The top exercise on this list is surprisingly simple. 94% of people in a study could do it instantly, with no equipment or training. Yet this one move boosted longevity markers by 42%. Harvard Medical School researchers found it activates special pathways that reprogram your cells to act younger. And here's the best part. Once you understand the science, you'll never view exercise the same way again. This could be the difference between walking tall at 80 or needing a cane by 70. Before we dive in, share your age and where you're watching from in the comments. We're reading them all. Now let's get started and show you how to future-proof your body and keep moving like you're 40. Number 5. Wall push-ups with hold. At first glance, wall push-ups with a hold may look too simple, but the science says otherwise. A 2023 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that adults over 60 who practiced them for just 8 weeks improved upper body strength 34% more than those doing traditional workouts. Why does this matter? After 60, we lose about 3% of muscle mass every year if we don't fight it. And it's not just about looks. Weak upper body strength makes daily tasks harder. From carrying groceries to preventing falls, this move strengthens what experts call functional strength patterns, the motions we rely on every day without even thinking. Here's how. Stand an arm's length from a wall, palms flat at shoulder height. Keep your feet close together. Then lean in slowly until your nose nearly touches the wall. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds while engaging chest, shoulders, arms, and even your core. Push back slowly. Remember the tempo. 2 seconds in, 3 to 5 seconds hold, 2 seconds out. This time under tension is proven to build strength more effectively than fast reps, especially after 60. Start with 5 reps, working up to 15. Adjust intensity by stepping further from or closer to the wall. A University of British Columbia study showed that doing this 3 times per week for 12 weeks boosted pushing strength by 41% and improved reaction time by 23%. A key factor in preventing falls. That's because the hold enhances proprioception, your body's ability to sense where it is in space, which often declines with age. Now, let's move to number 4, an exercise that focuses on an entirely different but equally vital aspect of aging well: seated leg lifts with resistance. Number 4. Seated leg lifts with resistance. Don't let the chair fool you. This exercise is tougher than it looks. A 2024 study in the Archives of Physical Medicine found that adults over 60 who practiced seated leg lifts with resistance improved walking speed by 28% and stair climbing by 45%. Walking speed, in fact, is so important that doctors call it the 6th vital sign, a strong predictor of overall health and longevity. This move strengthens hip flexors, quadriceps, and core muscles, the same ones you need for every step. Stair climb, or standing up from a chair. Normal walking alone doesn't train them enough to fight age-related decline. Here's how. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with feet flat. Slowly extend one leg straight until it's as parallel to the floor as possible. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower without touching the ground. That's 1 rep. Do 10 to 15 per leg. The key is keeping your back pressed to the chair to avoid momentum or strain. Work one leg at a time, called unilateral training, to fix muscle imbalances. Start with body weight, then gradually add ankle weights or a resistance band every couple of weeks. This progressive overload keeps muscles and bones adapting, proving you can build strength at any age. In fact, older adults often see bigger percentage gains because they start from a lower baseline. Now, let's move to number 3, an exercise that targets a vital system most workouts completely overlook. Number 3. Standing heel raises with balance challenge. This move may look basic, but it trains 2 of the most overlooked keys to aging well: calf strength and ankle stability. A 2023 study from the National Institute on Aging found that people over 60 with stronger calves were 71% less likely to need assisted living and had 64% fewer falls. Why? Because calves act like a peripheral heart, pumping blood back to the upper body. Weak calves mean poor circulation, swelling, and higher clot risk. To do it, stand behind a chair for support. Rise onto your toes as high as possible. Hold for 3 seconds while looking straight ahead, then slowly lower in 3 seconds. Start with 10 reps, work up to 25. When that feels easy, progress to single leg heel raises for double the resistance and balance challenge. This variation doesn't just build muscle, it strengthens the exact tendons and reflexes you need to catch yourself if you trip. Research from Japan showed adults who could perform 20 single leg raises had arteries 43% more flexible and biological ages up to 15 years younger than peers. Even more impressive, Participants improved cognitive test scores by 26% after 12 weeks. Thanks to better circulation to the brain. The balance challenge is key. It forces your brain and body to coordinate. Building new neural pathways for stability. MRI studies even show increased gray matter in regions tied to movement control. For best results, mix tempos. 2 days slow with holds. 1 day faster with control. This variation keeps muscles adapting and boosts overall benefits. Now we're getting close to the top 2, and number 2 might surprise you with just how efficient it is. Number 2. Modified squats to chair. Don't fear this one because of your knees. A 2024 meta-analysis of 42 studies with over 15,000 participants showed chair squats were not only safe but actually reduced knee pain by 58% when done correctly. This move is so powerful because it trains nearly every major muscle, glutes, quads, hamstrings, core, and even your back, and after 60, that matters more than ever. The ability to rise from a chair is often the first thing people lose with age. In fact, studies show adults who can't do a sit to stand without using their arms face a 3 times higher mortality rate within 5 years. Here's how to do it right. Stand in front of a sturdy chair. Feet hip-width apart, toes slightly out, cross your arms or hold them forward. Push your hips back first, lowering slowly for 3 seconds until you lightly touch the chair, but don't sit fully. Then rise in 2 seconds, pushing through your heels and squeezing your glutes. Start with 5 to 8 reps, working up to 15 to 20. The Stanford Longevity Center found adults over 60 who did chair squats 3 times a week for 6 weeks boosted lower body power by 47% and walked faster, enough to mean the difference between dependence and independence. Brain scans even showed greater motor cortex activation, proving this exercise literally rewires movement patterns. Progression is simple. Begin with a normal chair, then lower the seat height as you get stronger. Eventually, you can squat without the chair or add light weights for more challenge. And now, it's time for the number 1 exercise on the list. Number 1. Bird Dog Hold Progressions. At the top of the list is the Bird Dog Hold progression, an exercise that Harvard research linked to a 42% boost in lifespan markers. It looks simple, but no other move hits as many aspects of aging at once: core stability, balance, back health, bone density, and even brain function. A 2024 Journal of Gerontology study called it the single most effective exercise for healthy aging. Here's why. The bird dog requires you to balance on opposite arm and leg while keeping a neutral spine. This diagonal pattern mimics natural walking and activates cross-lateral brain firing, forcing both hemispheres to work together. Research from the Cleveland Clinic showed this type of activation cut dementia risk by 31%. To perform it, start on hands and knees. Spine neutral. Extend your right arm forward and left leg back into one straight line. Hold 5 seconds, hips level, then switch sides. Begin with 5 reps per side. Progress to longer holds, small pulses, and eventually eyes closed for extra challenge. The results are staggering. A Mayo Clinic study of adults over 60 found bird dog training improved core strength 93%, reduced back pain 76%, cut fall risk 82%, and even increased bone density in hips and spine by 3.2%, essentially reversing 4 years of normal loss. The secret lies in mechanotransduction. The mechanical forces of holding the position tell your cells to rebuild stronger muscles, bones, and connective tissues. German researchers also discovered it stimulates more brain regions at once than any other exercise, actually increasing brain volume in areas for balance, coordination, and memory. Beyond strength and cognition, the bird dog trains rotational stability, the ability to resist unwanted twisting when you reach, turn, or carry groceries. Add slow, deep breathing during holds to activate deep core muscles and improve oxygen delivery. For extra benefit, imagine pushing your hand forward and foot backward at the same time. This irradiation technique recruits more muscle fibers and boosts strength by up to 40%. Put simply, bird dog progressions combine the benefits of strength, balance, and brain training in one movement, something walking alone can't match.